Al Jazeera can confirm that there have been secret meetings between Libyan officials and British diplomats and that they've been discussing a way of bringing the conflict in the country to an end. In a moment, we'll be going live to Misrata near the front line of the fighting. But first, let's speak to James Bays live in DJERBA, Tunisia, about those secret meetings. James, what details did you manage to extricate?
Well, I managed to speak to Libya's foreign minister while he was here in Tunisia on a trip that they didn't want to make public. In fact, he said he wasn't really authorized to give any of the details. When I pressed him, though, he said he'd traveled from Tripoli to the Tunisian capital, Tunis, where he had a meeting, he said, with British officials. I asked him what that meeting was about, whether they were discussing a possible exit strategy for Colonel Gaddafi, countries that might allow Colonel Gaddafi to base himself if he were to leave Libya. He said that wasn't discussed. He wouldn't give me any of the details. I pressed him on whether possible ground for negotiation with the opposition in Benghazi, and he said we're open to anything. We want to end this war as soon as possible. I have to say that that was his view of the meeting that he went to in Tunis. We got a different steer on the story from British officials. British officials said that he didn't meet British diplomats, he didn't meet British civil servants when he was in Tunis. They said that they were aware, however, that he had met British citizens. They didn't let us know how they were aware of this meeting, which they say didn't involve the British government. Oh, rather intriguing then. And we know that Russia is trying to get involved in some sort of mediation talks, but if there are to be talks with Britain, obviously this has to be cleared up. Why Britain? Well, remember that Britain is taking a leading role in this, in the fighting that's taking place. The British military have been heavily involved from day one. The British Prime Minister David Cameron has had some of the toughest words for Colonel Gaddafi, and in the coming days, I expect we will see a new phase in the battle over the skies of Libya, because both Britain and France are bringing in attack helicopters. I think the Libyans know that may well change things on the battlefield. OK, thanks for that, James Bays.